thank you for showing up for TableBreakers tonight. I'm Bruce Lombardo. To my immediate right is Baron G Rock. Down below me is the Cigar DM. And then below Garrett is our friend Kai, the ranter.
Hi.
Tonight we
Ranting
bring you.
Kai?
What?
I said the ranting Kai?
Yeah, I don't want to be known for that, but sure.
It's too late. There's already too many of them out there.
Thanks, Legion.
I prefer diatribe over rant, but sure.
Kai and his amazing diatribes.
There you go.
So, somebody is in. We got a Inzit Gaming. Get your shit together. God, I hope that's a wig.
Nope.
Well, you gotta react to that.
No.
It's not a wig.
What, are you on mine and seen that?
Yeah, I did.
What's up, NZ? How you doing, buddy?
Okay. Garrett, where is the streaming controls so I can make sure I control the chatter? I don't want to have no Russian bots.
In Soviet Russia. Go to your studio. Give us a second, guys. Yeah, go to your studio, go under live, and then you can edit it from there.
Customization. Subscribers. 20 minutes. There you go. Yeah, I've pirated your information there. Hey, Wookiee Supremacy, how you doing? Chad's already watching the best little whorehouse in Texas on television. Wookiee Supremacy is joined up with us.
That is like the coolest picture ever. A Wookiee with a lightsaber. Oh, Jesus. Warn us when you do that. Jeez. It's going to set his house on fire. Holy shit. And no, that's his real hair.
Right. It's my real hair, says William Shatner.
What he did was every so often he'll shave his pubes and put them all together on a hair mat. That's why it's so bushy.
And for those that are listening to this on the podcast after the fact, Bruce has got a amazing wig on. So if you look down into the need to if you need to see this, you can check out the content down in the info and check on Bruce's, and you'll be able to see the wig of amazingness. Yes, it's Bob Ross wig.
I was warned not to advertise myself as the Bob Ross of miniature painting, because Bob Ross family would come out after me with pitchforks and torches.
No, they come after you with happy little trees.
I know somebody owns one.
Do not argue with
Hey, Wookie.
I actually know somebody owns one of his paintings they did on that show on PBS for all those years.
When you enjoy painting?
Yeah.
It's the greatest show ever.
It really put me asleep when I was a kid, I guess.
Well, and it's free on Pluto now, too.
What?
Yeah, they've got an entire channel on Pluto for it.
I know he was on Netflix for a half a second.
Yeah. They want to know what you're smoking there, Conall.
Tonight, I am smoking Asylum 13 brand. It is the... I'll just go with Asylum 13. Here is the ring.
Okay.
It's roughly about 25 ring, dark Raptor. There's a cigar to this size. I'm expecting maybe an hour and a half worth of smoke if everything goes well.
Bam. That's a lot of smoke.
All right, so with what we had today, actually, I kind of got the idea for this one and kicked it out, and everyone kind of liked it, based on my video that I posted yesterday of 5 games to play and 5 not. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to, since all of us here have been around the block at least once or twice, that we could definitely go in and do that and give our own 5. Now, the stipulation was we are eliminating anything D&D, anything Pathfinder. That does include Starfinder. Starfinder is out also.
Oh,
So that's what we are kind of sticking with on this. So Bruce always tends to try to moderate things. So I think what we'll do is, if you guys don't mind, we'll go ahead and give our first like, and then we'll go back around and do our first dislike and kind of go that way with it. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sounds great.
Now, I got a quick question for you, G-Rock.
There's no questions. I just put everything out.
No, I get curiosity before we get this ball going. Does was that a system you're using right now, Frog God?
Mm-hmm.
Does that count as a overlap for Pathfinder, or is it its own thing?
So should we eliminate all of the OSR too?
I would not eliminate the OSR.
Okay, so
but
if you
but
came
third
across saying,
but
I'm gonna
but
play, hold on,
but third
I wanna
party
play
type
a
stuff.
clone called Golden Glory, or you say I want to play Old School Essentials, which is basic D&D or Rules Cyclopedia, or I want to play Swords and Wizardry. So that's a OD&D like 1974 to 1975, and that's that. So we're skirting that. We're not playing any TSR or WotC product, but now you're like, but I'll definitely play this identical clone to a D&D. Or no, I will take this Zeb Cook clone, Osric. What do you want to do, Garrett?
Not making things difficult, just curious.
God damn it, Conall. Always got to make things difficult.
Just be lazy. I know. Well, we can't play D&D. We play D&D with a new label on it.
Yeah, well, Shadow's right. 90% of it is the D&D clone.
True.
Yeah. I can't even argue that. So, anyways.
So we'll go ahead and start with Bruce.
No more pot marks there. Okay.
All right.
Bruce even broke the books out. Look at this.
See, I don't own half the books of the games I like to play. Dun dun dun.
Hackmaster 5th edition.
Yes.
It is not an OSR clone. It is not an OSR clone. It is a point by your race, by your class type of game. And you get build points to handicap or to bonus yourself. You have a very intuitive class system. You have little special abilities that might help you out. They probably won't. But it's the greatest system I've played that will give you a actual from zero to hero. And you can have this wonderful game experience through the years, because it will take you forever to level up. Grind. Nope. This is not an AD&D 2nd edition clone, dude. This is Kinzer's own system. It's not Aces and Eights. It's not based off of AD&D 2nd Ed. You're talking about 4th edition Hackmaster, not 5. And I understand that. But this is a game that allows you to get a bonus to hit because you're smart. If you have a higher intelligence, you know where to hit people. If you have a good dexterity, you have a bonus to hit people. Your strength helps you damage things. It's different. And it is a fantasy game. It's not skills and powers. It's really far from skills and powers, Chads are. You have to try it if you want to criticize it, or at least read it so I can talk to you on an even level on this. It is not your dad's first edition D&D game. It's great. Actually, we have somebody, Shadzar, that could review 5th edition Hackmaster that's not me. That would be Kai, because Kai has a copy of it on his
Yes.
computer.
But look, I have to run it before I can review it. I am not going to review something I have not played or ran.
And I love the experience points in it because it does encourage a grind because you don't learn everything super fast. Even though Kai just started a new job of being a driver. He already had ideas of how to be a driver because he drives these little 4-wheelers around the road. But now he's having to grind gears and get to places and be safe and mindful of his insurance company that he's trying to appease to drag the insurance costs down. Hey, Stone Cold Jeremy. Oh, Keely Ross. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our stream. We're talking about 5 games we love, 5 games we hate. We might not get through all that. But Hackmaster's initiative system is the best initiative system because it's not round by round. It's second by second. In 4 seconds, your magic missile goes off. But in 2 seconds, the halfling or the gnome rogue behind you might get a kidney shot on you. And in another 10 seconds, your friendly wizard might get a fireball off on that group of goblins that's using a short bow every 9 seconds. And it's interesting. So it's very tense. It's very fun. A capital fucking F. So if the game is going to get anything, this gets a tremendous like for me. And I've got to say, I'm using part of it for my own Heartbreaker game system because I love the initiative. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Garrett.
All right. Next one up, Conall.
All right. It was a D10 system. I think it might have been it was it werewolves. I don't think
World
that's
of Darkness.
it might have been that one, but it wasn't a LARP. It was a tabletop.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called
World of
Werewolf the
Darkness.
Apocalypse. Yeah.
Okay. I got to play it for probably a semester. I really enjoyed it. Haven't had a chance to play it since. I liked how the sheets ran. And I liked the classes and the races or all the different aspects you can do with it, and the fact that you can build the world around the city that you lived in or a city that you're from, or I just like the story building that goes along with that game. And that's
Okay.
all I have.
All right. Blaine.
Oh, my first one is going to be the West End game Star Wars D6 system. By far the easiest, fastest science fiction game you're going to play. It's flexible, varieties out there. Sure, you can play a laser swords and samurai space wizard, but you get to also play with so much of the galaxy as long as you can just forget the movies exist and actually just enjoy the rest of the universe. And it's so vast. The material has been put out there is so immense that you can just have fun. It's like, I want to play sci-fi, but I don't want to play Traveler today. Okay, Star Wars. Why? We all know Star Wars, and unlike Star Trek, this engine actually works, and it doesn't have levels. Holy fuck! The idea that you can play a game without levels. Thank you. And yeah, I've been playing that on and off for decades now, and I utterly enjoy it. And if I ever get a chance to sit, that's someone's gonna go, we're gonna play Star Wars. I'll be like, the West End games? Yes. Fuck it. I'm on board. Why? It's just damn good.
Well, you've made a new friend. And Hungry Ewok says, Kai, you are now my new best friend. So
Yay,
there you go.
Good.
So
yes.
go ahead.
I mean, cool. Plus, you can actually do more with the game than just Jedi. You can just do everything. Be that smuggler. Be whatever. I love it. Hell, be an Imperial officer and crush the rest of the try to be the one good Imperial who's enforcing the rules. why bother? But you know what? Be that one guy who goes, well, fuck, my bosses are all evil. Are we the bad guys? Yes, you are. Shit, I'm going to rebellion now. Why? Everyone goes to rebellion. It's more fun over there. Yay! Anyway, I'm done. Next one.
Well, no. But before you leave off Star Wars D6, okay,
Yes.
they have released a 30th edition, 30th year anniversary,
Yeah.
30-year anniversary edition of the D6 system that he just talked about.
Yep.
If you cannot figure out how to put your character together, which all of you will, you'll figure it out.
It's easy as hell.
Yeah. But, and it's a dice pool system, but if you don't want to get into the nitty gritty of it, what you have to do is just pick from one of the 24 easy plug and play character archetypes that are wonderful. And you can still customize your character because you have 7 die you allocate into various skills. You can put up to 2 of those die to one skill. So, like if your dexterity is a 4 die 6, and you decide I'm going to bump my blaster up by 2. Now you're rolling. Anytime you're shooting with a blaster, a pew pew, it's 6 die 6. If you're shooting with a blaster rifle, you're back to 4. Sorry, kids. But it's a great game, and it's so simple.
Oh.
You can get your friends into it because they've seen the movies. We all had the toys. We all went
Video
to our
games.
house with
All the games.
toys. What?
Oh, and the video games. Like my group of friends, we are all diehard, X-Wing and TIE Fighter fans. So of course our games are always about smuggling, space combat, and starfighters dueling all over the world while capsules are all firing.
Okay, question. Did
Yes?
you use Silent Death as the...
By God, for a while, yes.
Okay.
For a
That's
while,
all we
yes.
know.
Though we did eventually move over to playing the X-Wing miniature games, though we did also do Crimson Skies for a little bit for an engine, and then we just like kit bash our own TIE Fighter based rule system where we there's now shield points and engine power variations that we could put into it. So yeah, we were all about this. Like if our game wasn't involving the party carrier and then the rest of the party is the squadrons that fly off of it, then yeah, we really weren't playing Star Wars. And that one guy is like, but Star Wars is about Jedi. And then we're like, you can park your happy fucking laser sword ass on the carrier while we go out and have fun. And we'll come back to you when we want to have someone give us bullshit philosophy. But Jedi, fuck you, get the Starfighter. I don't swords and force powers. Fuck you, you're bored. We're gonna go have fun now. And we're all making boatloads of cash. We're making boatloads of cash while the Jedi just sits there and masturbates on his fucking bunk because we're out having fun. And he's like, you get force powers, Jedi, lightsabers, hunt the Sith, and we're like TIE fighters everywhere. Let's kill them, please.
Actually, I don't think I've ever had a Star Wars toy, but that's besides the point.
Well, you were born in what, 1990?
83.
Okay.
You missed a
Yeah.
lot of years.
He missed all that
Yeah,
Yeah.
he missed the Kenner edition.
because I remember
this-
being very, very young. My dad taking me to go see the first Star Wars movie I got to see in the theaters with my dad when I was like 5 or 6. I don't remember, but was Return of the Empire Strikes Back. So we're sitting there, and my dad's like, "This was probably not the best one to bring you to."
Look, no, I got to disagree with my chat here. Hold on. Cray KK played West End Games D6. Bullshit! She did
First
not
off,
say-
our games did not resemble Last Jedi. They resembled more Rogue One. That's usually how our
Yes.
games went, which usually ends up with everybody dead in a horrifying accident. But
secondly, the West End Games was the source material for everything expanded universe because fucking Timothy Zahn was writing the what was that 1991 release there, Blaine?
the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah,
Again?
The Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, he wrote the Thrawn trilogy using West End Games' products as tech manuals for the entire series of the trilogy. And then once he wrote that, everybody who loved the Star Wars said, wait, there's a Star Wars RPG? And so they dived on it like tribbles in the grain bin. And though after all this crap, like then we had the explosion of the expanded universe.
The greatest book ever written.
It actually is. It is. I agree with that. But KK did not touch anything D6 because that cunt said, we didn't have any source material. We didn't have any notes. We just were kind of going in the dark. And you all know Kathleen Kennedy lied her ass off right there. We had tech manuals. We had an RPG setup. We had expanded novels. We had the internet in its primitive form, where you had the gray screen and forums upon forums upon forums and BBSs. So if that woman said we had no source material, she's lying. Okay.
Also, and even if you exclude West End games, you still even had the dribble that Watsy vomited up onto us all. That was not really a game. And then you could also say, well, so what else do we have to work with? Fantasy Flight's vomit game? I don't know.
Fantasy Flight Star Wars was not Star Wars, and it was another crappy game that says you have to buy our special
dice.
Play this.
Fuck you, Fantasy Flight.
Fuck you, Fantasy Flight. You fucked up not only Star Wars, but you also fucked up Warhammer.
When did there was one that came out in 85, wasn't there?
Say again?
The Ewok movie?
I've seen the Ewok movie.
Hey.
Caravan of Courage?
Leave the Ewok movies alone.
Isn't there one where Wilfred Brimley says the word
Those are sacred movies. We do not talk about them.
But no.
It's like the Christmas special. They are pieces of history that we shall not touch.
Battle for Endor is also in there.
I was born in 83. I mean, technically, the first movie I remember seeing in theater as a kid was the first Alien movie. Because Alien 2 was about ready to drop, or did drop in theaters back in the day. Used to do a double feature where they showed the original and then the sequel.
You also missed then the Droids cartoon series. So you missed
the Droids and the Ewok cartoon series.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. I remember the Ewok cartoon.
Congrats.
They had a Droids cartoon also.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I didn't miss. I mean, I'm glad. Okay, let's move on.
Anyway, next game, please.
Well, so I guess it's come back around to me. So probably I would say my number one on that would actually be Exalted First Edition. I love
that game.
I love it. Is crunchy. I will fully admit it is crunchy because you've got, but you can actually take for instance. I myself, I had a Eclipse, which basically the Eclipse is a kind of a diplomat type, but he was an archer. So, when they talk in 300, we'll fight in the shade. My guy alone could do that. So he shot the arrow up. Oh, by the way, I had wide arrow. So it became a ballista bolt. Oh, and it's a rain of arrows. So you have ballista bolts coming down on top of people. Yeah, people died. Also, I really also enjoy the way that they do the system for the steps on how to go. So range always goes first, then melee, then your magic. That is how initiative. There we go. That's how
initiative works from the basic D&D style. That is how it goes. That's how it's written. That's how they chiseled it at the Gary Slates on the wall in Wisconsin. I've seen these. There's a man there guarding the wall, and he says he's a prior of Gygax.
And the thing is that while second was kind of edgy trash, third's gotten a little bit better.
Third, even like the harshest critic of it, which is my buddy Todd,
Yep.
He is like the harshest critic of second. He said second just didn't happen. But the thing is with the way that world is made, you can insert things
Oh, boy,
and whatnot. And Todd, I love Todd to death. He actually took, because he didn't want his group to go all the way back to town and come back. So he took from Magic the Gathering the Squee, which are these little, little guys who basically look or goblinoids, but they're actually like second circle demons.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And when you say their name, they appear. So and I was not in this game, but the game that they were in an underwater compound, and they said squee, and all they heard was boom on the outside. So they said squee, squee, squee. Yeah, so that was funny.
Those poor demons know that you're about to throw them.
Yes.
2 weeks ahead of time. Yes.
Awesome. And also I wound up having a squad of them. I did call them my squeegin. and they're all numbered. So the higher the number, the dumber they are. Yes, it was amazing. So, but yeah, it is a very, if you want to think of it in almost like an anime-esque type style, you can literally take anything. You can make a Super Saiyan very easily with this.
Well, the thing is that it's the, how we always, like there's that joke that D&D 5th is just, you're just playing like superheroes. Fuck the preachers that are just trying to be fake fantasy and go full God King. Go with the idea that there's the underworld? Fuck that. It's Tuesday. I'm going. Boom.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Because why? The divine mandate says so. Whose divine mandate? You see the sun in the sky? Yeah, that told me I could do this. But what about the gods? I expect the gods. What gods in my way? I would like to say no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go full fucking Kratos on your asses and then start ripping and tearing shit. Why?
Yep.
Because the god of the fucking prairie over there got my fucking way, and he's talking shit. The river over there, fuck him too. Why? Fuck you. I'm a Dogcast Solar. Fuck you. Everyone dies. I'm doing what I want. I'm gonna go build a castle on top of their corpses. And then to run away because the Dragon Blood are coming. Oh shit.
Oh, we're gonna travel. Okay, here's a bottle of wine to the god, and you get there in half the time.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I like playing in a high fantasy setting. No, you don't. You like playing around with the idea that you are kind of special. No, this is the game for people who just want to go full special, full amazing. I have an appointment with 3 gods today. I'm taking care of that problem. I'm going to go make an entire village bow down to me. And it's not about will I fail at my action? It's just how amazing am I going to do it, and what ramifications are going to come from me being way too cool for this setting. Exactly. And then have the world go, yeah, you're getting a little too high for your britches. And then you're like, what are you going to do with me? And then suddenly Megas XLR shows up and just stomps on you because he can. And it's being piloted by fucking Power Rangers, and you're like, what the hell? Bam, 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 bam. Shit, fuck, okay. And at that point, you go back to, all right, cool. I'm going to go crawl into this hole and die. Good. That's where you belong. Why? Because the Inquisition driving that robot says you fucking suck and beat the shit out of you. And if you think you're getting too high in your britches, oh my God, who's going to come at you? Some guys who can literally punch you and make you love them because they control fate. And that's what they do.
Yep.
And your werewolf buddies come out. I come out of the woodwork and do other things. And and your edgelord cousins and your other edgelord cousins show up and go, but we're here too. Go away. No one wants to deal with you. Okay.
No, that's the Fae. That's the Fae and the fair folk.
Oh no, I was making fun of the Infernals and the.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Your 2 edgy cousins, the ones who's too gothic, and the other one who's just like, I like to burn shit.
Well, and then don't forget the Lizard Kings.
Oh yeah. are living off of the somewhere, and then you got weird shit everywhere, and then tomorrow you're gonna go find something just bonkers because some first stage war machine that might as well be a hind shows up and you just mow down people and until you're shot out of the sky by something weird you don't know. Everything's crazy, and yeah, it's like this is the point where you play this to go get that whole high fantasy kink out of your system, so that way you can go back and play something a bit more mundane because after you've literally rearranged the stars and fixed the afterlife, you're like, you know what, let's go and crawl through a tunnel for a while and play regular games now. Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to go to our first dislike. So that would Bruce.
All right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I sense a rant. Hold on. And he grabbed beers for this too. I saw that.
Oh.
There is a game that I wanted to play for a long time. And this game is called Blades in the Dark. And I read it 3 times, and it's like a programming manual, but my brain doesn't accept programming languages so readily, so I had to read it 3 times to get it. And it's a game where you create your characters, you pick your specialties as a rogue, and you're stuck in a Prague-esque, London-esque city of hell, basically, that you can't really leave the city. You're stuck in the city. And you're all there in your Oliver Twist-ish world, and you're trying to do these jobs, and the die you roll build to the next die roll, build to the next die roll, and everything you're doing is you are trying to complete your task as a thief. And your guild, your other player characters that are at the table, they're depending on you to get your stuff done right. And the GM is constantly just twisting little knobs here and there, making the game a little bit more, I'm going to fuck you over. And it's a neat idea, like the Midnight Campaign setting was. But the Midnight Campaign setting fails because the game's hopeless. It offers you no joy. There's no way for you to really enjoy playing the game. It is a survival game that's stuck on nightmare mode. Well, this game here does offer rewards and such, but once you play your first game, and it gets easier from there on, you're playing the same game over and over and over and over. And it could be fun, but the way the book is written, I don't see a campaign featuring you and your friends in a thieves guild being anything fun. And they sucked all the fun out. Now, the problem that I have with the book is that it was written by a group of people that wish me dead because I identify as a Christian conservative, blah, 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 blah. But they are evil hat games. The same pieces of shit that wrote Thirsty Sword Lesbians. And Thirsty Sword Lesbians is a funny idea, but because they wrote it the way they did, and then they gatekeep, if you're a Christian, if you're a Trump supporter, don't play our game. Oh, fine. I'll never touch your shit ever again. And only for the fact that I like the procedural die roll charts, because I do plan on importing them for the game I'm going to make, which is going to be better than theirs, and any other game that I borrow from. But I'm just going to say that I hope that studio suffers the same fate as the creators of the Pirates of Darkwater. And I don't think I could ever give a harsher curse in this world. Yeah. Sad.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
I could break my hand on their faces all the time, and it still wouldn't come across the same horrible fucking fate as the Pirates of Darkwater, the studio that created that. Because yeah, I wish them a worse fate than that. Fuck you, evil hat.
Damn. Just straight out damn. Love the cartoon, but absolutely tragic backstory.
Oh my god. the greatest backstory ever and why we never got a season 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's their mechanics make sense, but when you're playing the game, your friends realize that now they're just playing the Shadow of Mordor, because the Nemesis system in that video game literally almost translates into what this procedural RPG for a tabletop game is, and it's almost a game that runs itself. The GM could be an imaginatively piece of shit, and he'll run it right. No, Andy, as much as you might think that, you have an imagination, my friend. Go ahead, Garrett. What's
Well, next is Conall.
See, this is weird for me to say because I absolutely hate the concept of it. I don't mind it if it was transformed into a tabletop scenario because I brought it up earlier as being a game I really enjoyed, the werewolf one. But LARPing. I just know it makes me cringe. Masquerade, Vampires Masquerade, and all that. As long as it's done on the tabletop, I really enjoy it. It is when you have a bunch of guys in somebody's small ass basement saying I'm a hot chick when it's just a really creepy dude pretending that they're hot shit because they can throw rock, paper, scissors faster than the guy next to them. And there's just not enough beer, Coke. You heard me, ladies and gentlemen. Coke, not the drinking kind, the snorting kind that would ever make me want to go down there. Ever do it again. That is my. That's just where I stand on that one.
How dare you misgender me? Thank God.
I think I'd rather. Yeah. Just can't do it.
All right. So that will bring us around to Kai.
As much as I'm a humongous Battletech fan, I will say the worst game I've ever played for that is the current edition of the MechWarrior role-playing game, the A Time of War. Holy crap, is this I know we just mentioned a crunchy system with Exalted. This is crunchy in the wrong direction. This is crunchy in the, wow, is there a rule for everything? There's a modifier for everything. The life path system to make a character is slow, but it's good. But it's attached to a game that's just utterly miserable, which is a shame because I love the universe, I love the game, but I would never volunteer to play it, to run it. I mean, maybe someone else would do all the homework for me for once. I would play it, but it's a shame because as much as I like paperwork, this is just the wrong kind. And yeah.
I never known there was a right type of paperwork.
There can be.
Now, coming back to me, this is going to make Bruce upset because he actually had this on his game that he loved, but Hackmaster, I really, really do not like it. I like Crunch, but maybe I just had the wrong DM when I played it. That is completely possible. I think it may have been third because we played this up at the game room. It was when we were up in the game room.
Hold on.
I don't remember what the book looked like. Oh, Bruce kind of waddled out like a penguin, waddled out of the.
Considering what he does for a living, would that make him a shit penguin?
Yes. Or just a shitty penguin. Yeah. I believe that is the one. Yes.
This is 4th edition Hackmaster. This is a ripoff of 2nd edition AD&D.
Yeah, this one. But and like I said, it may have been the DM who ran it. But I really did not enjoy the system. It took, what was it, 3 sessions for 6 people to make their characters.
Ugh.
Dude.
And we're
Okay.
talking like 4 to 5 hour sessions. We're not talking.
Wow, and
You know,
I thought
I
Lore
just-
Master was crap.
Yeah, I really did not enjoy it. And it was especially for that amount of time to get it there to actually be able to play. So yeah, I would just
The game is as enjoyable as me doing this super slow motion that I'm doing right here.
That's a
Chad's
3
already
drink
tried-
minimum.
Yeah. The game was created because Dragon Magazine wanted to be on a CD-ROM, and because Knights of the Dinner Table were featured, they had a dedicated panel or a couple pages every issue.
Yeah.
For the last 100 issues. The deal was WotC would let them lease the engine for Second Ed for their game, and they copy and pasted the Rule Master point buy system and second edition D&D and made them fuck really hard. And they did this horrible like bastardization. Yeah, you guys just heard that. So they made this horrible game, and we got this product that you could play.
We've almost gone to the part where I start drinking.
I'm already.
Oh yeah.
Heavenly.
No, so you have not seen that video of the turtle?
Yes, I have. It's horrifying.
Yeah, that's exactly, and that's probably the sound it made.
And then you hear
When they were
rocks
doing this.
tumble down, and you realize that's him nutting. It sounded like gravel skidding across like 3 foot of like sandpaper board. It's like that's not right. Garrett, do you want to share this? I will share this with our chat. I will share this with our people.
No,
Pull it up. Oh,
no, no.
so anyway, yeah, Hackmaster 4th edition was really not fun. It was a neat game to look at, like
Yeah.
you can still play second edition D&D, but you don't want to play it. You don't. There's better games that are out there for you.
So that brings us back around to you, Bruce, for your next game that you love. Which book are you going to grab?
I'm not going to grab it, but it's in the other room.
Okay.
It's Tony Lee's Extreme Vengeance. And in 1997, oh God, Shadzar, I got to. You know, the only thing harder than fapping to Lena Dunham is fapping to that new chick on G4, Frosk Urine or whatever her name is. You, if you're dedicated, you'll nut one off because you're going to do it. But if you've got like just a mindset that easily goes squirrel, you're going up the treadmill is set at 98 degrees or 89 degrees, and you might as well just like give up. Anyway, Lena Dunham, Frost, don't fuck them with your hand. Don't hand fuck yourself thinking about those. That's a hard one. And I know this is not what you want to hear. So my second favorite game that I love to play is actually a casual game called Extreme Vengeance by Tony Lee. He wrote the game in 1997. It is a game where you literally pick action hero archetypes and you RP through an 80s style action movie. It is a cheesy beer and pretzels game where you have a very simple set of die mechanics. You have to write down the results of every roll you make. That's how you tally up your XP. Every roll you make goes to your XP total. And you pick little special abilities or feats or whatever you want to call them. You get these specials that they add to your character, and later on you'll realize like I could be a Van Damme. It's a really neat concept. It's beer and pretzels gaming, and for when you only have like two people that showed up to the game, perfect thing to pull out and play.
That makes me go back down to my Coke comment, because if I want to play Jean-Claude Van Damme, I need Coke. Anyways, especially in the early 90s.
Bloodsport. I want to play Bloodsport.
So, Kai, someone just realized that the flag behind you wasn't just a big X.
Oh, really?
That was I believe that's Joe over there from Biggest Geekus. Really, he realized that it just wasn't an X. There's more to it.
Yeah,
So,
there is.
all right. So, Conall, what's your second fave on your list of faves?
Kind of knocked one off of my list, so give me a quick second to think about another one. What was it, the Deadlands? Yes, the Deadlands. It's an older.
Version from Wish, or do you want the official version from 1996?
I think it was the 96 version, because all of it the book I was reading, looked at, and I played once was old as hell.
Really?
You have to understand, when I first came and realized what this game was, Bruce Campbell's the Cowboy Show was on.
Bruce
Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And my buddy at the time's dad was not, he was kind of weird, but he loved playing that system. So he made a whole Bruce a County Junior type storyline, and we did it. And this thing has all the magic bullshit you want in it, all the cheesy bullshit you want in it, and all the Western bullshit you want in it. And so I really enjoyed it. I know there's probably had other editions throughout the years. I've only remembered the first one, at least the one I played, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who likes to role play and have a little bit more of a Western kick behind them.
Okay. Kai, what about you?
Okay. This one's going to be a fun one. I know how whenever we talk about D&D, we always say like, oh, hey, look, it's all based on Western European bullshit. Well, you know what? Let's just amp that up to a degree. And my next game would be Seven Seas, which is also pretty much not Europe, cranked to its max. As long as you can ignore the meta plot line, throw that out the window, because nobody cares about that when you're actually playing. But now it's like, so do you like? So rather than go with this whole idea of, well, we're kind of in Western Europe, but not. No, now you have not England, not France, not Spain, not Italy, not Germany, not Norway, not Russia, not Poland. And you also are dealing with the not Arabs, and you also have across the sea the not Chinese. You have literally all of that, but you've mixed them up a bit, and now there's magic involved. Heck, if you want to go with that full D&D wonderful I'm wearing armor thing, just play a freaking Eisen and run around in full plate and have bullets bounce off you because you're wearing Draken steel. Be amazing. There's magic out the ass. There's many flavors of magic, so there's none of this whole I'm a wizard. Sure, yeah, there's a fucking map. Yeah. We got shape-changing druids. We got nature controllers over there. We've got people who are using fairies and legends. We got runes in one area. We got magic armor. We got guys who are ripping holes in reality. We got people who are changing fate itself. And we got the one guys and people who are elsewhere who are going fireball, but nobody likes them because they're Spanish. Whatever. And you got the Holy Church running around out there, and you got a whole set going on there, and you got weird shit happening everywhere. It's a fantastic setting, and occasionally it's actually boats, and you get to have dueling. The focus is about being a hero. There's some more drama in there, but it's great because while the game, you can even just throw the game out the window and just look at the source books. Each of the nation books is a wonderful dive into the cultures, the mannerisms, the actions, the legends, the lores. If you do nothing more than to read these books and look at them in an interesting fashion, to just read, to just start skimming and dumpster diving for information and make your own setting way more interesting, you're not going to be at a loss. The game may be fun. It's got problems. Boy, it's got problems. Both first and second edition have got some major problems. And again, meta plot, ignore it. Keep going. But if you just want to have your fake, not Europe, we're Western chauvinism culture, fucking bullshit, feel more authentic, go for it. These books are the books to grab. They are worth every dime and the amount of time you spend working with them. I really do just look at Seven Seas as being that good a game series for just reference material, especially looking for like Age of Exploration era gameplay. Great.
I got a question on that one.
Go
So
ahead.
it shies away from Western Europe.
No, it is fully Europe. This is Europe. If you are a Eurocentric person and that's what you think D&D is, this is it. This is Eurocentric.
I was thinking like Sinbad and the thieves.
If you've got that book, you can go off to Sinbad Land and go have fun in Sinbad Land. And boy, is Sinbad Land hilarious. And it'll take everything you learned from being in Western Europe land, throw it and go, nope, they're all idiots over there. This is also kind of cool too. And you can go off and go navigate the Sea of Fire, and you can go across and arrive in, wait, this is China? Oh shit. This is actually kind of scary. And because Cathay is actually terrifying. And you're like, oh, wait, this isn't. And it's great. I'm just for the idea that it's written to be its own separate up that it's not, you can tell it's not Earth, but you can tell what cultures, what language, what etiquette is going on. So if you want to play a game where you're using, 1400s culture,
right?
This is it. This is your handbook.
I have to look for it. That sounds really fun.
It is. It's even if all you're doing is buying it to read, it's worth it.
Steal ideas from.
Yeah. Steal, just wantingly steal. John Wick is a dick and steal everything.
Well, I was thinking pirating. Take what you can, give nothing back.
Right. You might want to throw a dime in his direction every once in a while, but yeah. I mean, so like if you like high seas and adventures, or if you like the I want to play a game set in the French Revolution or under Napoleon, cool, do it. I want to deal with the Spanish Inquisition, cool, do it. I want to deal with with everything. Just here you go, have fun, and it's a complete and total clusterfuck of a world. Have fun in it, and go and make your actual campaign better because you've read this.
Okay. I'm sold.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So back around to me. Probably I would say my next one on here is I'm going to go a little sci-fi. It's going to be Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. It is actually a very, very good game. I love the workings of the races and being able to put things in, and it's not like we travel from point A to point B and we're just taking goods. No, there's shit happening. Oh, we're gonna go from here to here, and we go into the warp, and all of a sudden we wind up there 2 years before we left where we were at. The warp does things like that. It is, it's actually one of those nice, it's a nice way of getting your sci-fi fantasy along with you just throw all the weirdness in there as you can think of, because oh no, your shielding goes down and now you have all kinds of chaos, beings of chaos that have decided to come on your ship. So there's a lot of different aspects there that you can really have fun with, not only as a player but as a DM with them. And I would say that's definitely on my list.
See, I'm gonna have a problem, G-Rock. I think me and you might have overlapping DMs because Todd ran that one for me, Mike, and a few other people years ago.
Actually, the best person I had run that, he was actually in my chat earlier, which was Force. Force ran a very good game of that, and
I believe it.
I've got him.
Yeah, he did very well with that. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed when he ran it. He had a good story with it. Bruce is sitting here going, no. I think he disagrees with me, but that's okay. Because it's up to his next one he doesn't like.
Dun, dun, dun!
I'm going to say that a game I did not like was MechWarrior. I think I'm seconding this with Blaine, but the MechWarrior game system is supposed to be intuitive, and you just can almost dry stat assign your points, whatever stuff. You have a very bare bones RP system, which should have all the winning components in it, because you've got a good lore, you've got a compelling reason to want to play and want to achieve these certain things that you've read about in the fiction, but it fails every time because it's not Star Wars, it is not Doctor Who, it is a weak sauce franchise that has nothing going for it at all. You have overly complicated assembling of your character. Hi, sadistic Sherry. You have die rolls that don't quite make a lot of sense when you think about it, when you critically think about it. And we're talking about BattleTech, the RPG for BattleTech, which it should be a plug and play. You just need 2 dice 6, you're good. And they fucked up all of that. They fucked up every aspect of it. And Blaine's over there, you understand what I'm saying? And I gotta echo this because I played this for about 5 nights in the 90s, and we just hated it. It was not the game that we wanted to play. And I wouldn't wish this game on anybody.
No.
Mm.
My God, no.
Oh God, I don't know. I have nothing there. I've
Brings
never
it-
played BattleTech, which I need to get into. I know, but I haven't got to that far yet.
Well, there's a difference between the RP and the actual
game.
miniatures game.
There
Yeah.
seems to be a whole little, I don't want to say subculture, but a whole culture to itself that I have just not really got involved into as of yet.
Put a pin in that. Come back to it later.
Yeah.
All right, so Conall, what is your next one that is not on your likey list?
It was presented as false advertisement. Vincent Price Murder Mystery. It was meant for anywhere from 4 to 6 people. But I was thinking more like you get a character and you role play the character out. It's a dinner party RPG for people who like murder mysteries. But it was more like Clue. Did I scare him away?
No.
No, this is the third time he's left his chair. How many times have we done this that he's left his chair? Maybe once. This is like third time.
I think he might have the Vincent Price Murder Mystery.
If he does, I'm going to die.
I mean, I don't know if this really clues. It was sold as an RPG game.
Yep.
But it ran like Clue, and that's what pissed me off. because here's, I want, if it ran the same way as Secret Hitler, I would have been mildly okay with it. But it was clunky. It ran like Clue, and there wasn't really any RPing in it. Ma ha ha ha, and that's about it.
Okay.
Seriously though,
Blaine.
Bruce walking away from the screen when I'm talking, I'm starting to worry.
Don't worry. Maybe he had to poop.
Oh no. My next game that I'm going to put down as a nope to avoid is going to be Rollmaster. Just nope.
Really? I had a friend of mine talk the highlights of Rollmaster.
Okay.
As long as you have a calculator next to you.
Now, all right. I have never played a game where when the GM goes, we're going to play Rollmaster, and he hands me a binder. And I'm like, what is this? And he looks at me and goes, it's a character sheet. And I'm like, what? We're going to play some Rollmaster. And tonight, ooh. But so we all sit down and we begin to work our way. It's like, at times I'm like, Traveler, it's slow at making character creation, but it's fun. Here it's like, and now we shall go through the next line of your tax return. And here's me. I just want to play a game today, please. And we keep on filling out more and more of our binder, and we're pulling, turning pages, and everyone's like looking at this guy, and he has a binder, a mega binder, like this giant, like this thing was like, are you ready? Are you ready to like be corporate certified? Boom, make a corporation fit this thing.
No.
And
if I pick up your binder, my stitches come out.
Oh, I know. I'm making a
my stapler. My stapler. My stapler.
Looking at this binder, and so this gigantic monstrosity of a game that we played, and I think it's like, oh, but the magic system is really cool, and the combat's really cool. I'm like, I don't want to risk I don't want to risk combat, because then I had to start over and spend another 5 hours making a character to fill out this binder. If I die, are you going to give me a new binder?
Can't you just scratch out a name and add a new name in, saying you found this guy in town?
No.
That's my brother Phil.
Fill in the blank. Yeah. And it's like, this was an abysmal system. And then finally, 2 sessions later, we're done making characters, and we're like, are we going to play now? And he's like, all right, I'll show you. I'm going to teach you how to play. I'm like, this is the worst role-playing game ever. Please, let's never do this again. I never want to. I don't want to play a game where I have a 30-page binder thrown at me to tell me this is how we're going to play this game. No, never again.
But this is coming from the guy who loves paperwork.
I do, but I want to have it to be in my advantage, not following the steps of the IRS tax system to generate a character. I like being able to run an empire, not, create a minion who's a cog in the damn thing.
I gotta make a poke pie stick, so whenever we go into these conversations,
oh no.
No,
he likes he likes his paperwork. He hates his TPS reports.
Yes. I want to be productive, not
tagline for his channel.
I hate my TPS reports. Yes, but by the end of this was like, so this is like the same game which has the theme of, could this be better? Could you streamline this at all? No. Fuck. Okay. This is not for me. And while I might have been able to get into it, the other 5 people in the room who don't like paperwork are going, what the fuck are we doing? And thus, Rollmaster came in and then rolled right the fuck out.
Good night, Joe. So, by the way, since we have kind of a segue here, I'm going to put this in both the chats. This is Kai's channel. Make sure you do give him a sub. He is starting to post things. We're starting slow, and that's okay. Only one rant a week is allowed on there, so it's okay.
What? But he takes over 5,000 breaths a day. We're wasting time.
No. You don't understand. He's got rants he has to do here. He's got the Friday chill stream. He's got to give.
Every other week.
He's got to give Legion of Myth their ability to stretch out his rants to help their viewership. So it's okay.
On his channel.
Yeah, we should. You know what? I think we may wind up doing that. Kai, we'll get with you after the fact. I got away.
Okay.
And everything else, we'll plug your. All of a sudden, all your rants will be from other channels. Will be put up on yours, just because to give the people what they need. They need.
Oh yes.
So actually, my next one that I was going to say is going to mirror Kai's, because my next one is the and me saying this, it's fine, is the redheaded stepchild of Hackmaster, which is Rollmaster, and for the exact same reason.
Hackmaster 4th edition didn't have the Rollmaster character creation okay.
It's still, but still, for the exact same points, I'm not going to rehash it. So yeah, it definitely, if I need a binder for my character and then a binder to decipher the binder that I was given that is my character, there's an issue.
I always thought it was kind of cool when you sit down at a table and the DM presents you like a binder with a notebook and a character sheet saying, "This campaign is going to take a while. Please take notes." And whatnot.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good way.
That is cool. That is a smart DM.
Yeah.
But when the GM hands you a binder and goes, "The campaign will take this long to fill out your character sheet," that's
a bit
wrong.
much. That's a bit much.
And then the DM goes back over with a red pen and goes, "No, that's not allowed. Where the hell did you get the points for that?" No. I've seen that too.
A gnome? Oh my god, a gnome druid? Oh, you can't fucking do that. A halfling paladin? No. You can't have fun. No. That is outside my allowance of you to have fun.
No, you cannot have the gnome paladin with a riding dog named Ambrosius.
You are not.
I broke him. I broke Bruce. Yes.
When you throw the battle axe, you need to do precise D10 rolls to see what end of the axe hits your target.
But you can play the gnome bard one-handed with a bagpipe. We did. Because all I have to do is go and one arm to play the music, and I can still throw things with or I can still shoot my hand crossbow.
Yeah.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
I did.
You forgot about that.
If we can ever get a hold of him, we really should have Robert on the show sometime.
Oh God.
Hello, the multi-gun man. It's going fantastic. I hope you're doing well.
So Bruce, do you want to get in on what is the crappiest game, and is it Rollmaster?
No, it's his turn for the. I believe the next game he likes.
Oh! I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It's Rollmaster.
Uh-oh.
From Denton, Texas.
Yes.
This is a skirmish game with points for each individual character. But the creators of this game tell you in the book Listen, it makes no sense that you have an RPG that came out with rules for miniature combat, but there's an RPG engine behind it to teach you how to be a role player. You can still do fun shit when you play a war game and talk in a funny voice and pantomime or be super exaggerated when things happen to your favorite character or one of the grunts. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just do your fun stuff and role play the way you want, which is kind of stapling onto your dead chicken crossing the road on the abortion baby tomorrow whenever your stream goes off talking about the retards getting together for game. My bad. Are we kicked off Twitch yet? Fuck Twitch. Okay.
But we're not on Twitch.
That's good. We don't need Twitch. I just want to make sure that everybody understands where I stand at. But
Actually,
We
you're
all know
sitting,
where
but
you stand.
that's okay. You're sitting, but that's okay.
I'm just saying I don't like the new books that WotC is putting out, that Tumblr's putting out, all these garbage products that people that never bought the books before are making books for a game they've never played. That's what this is. If you want to play a marginalized person, here's your stats. Roll a d6 for all your ability scores. 1d6, not 3.
Is that still or without the +10?
By itself,
Okay. Just
you're getting to play a mentally handicapped person.
Hey, you can be an idiot savant. We know a few of those.
There's one that dresses like a woman up in Peoria.
Bloomington.
Okay.
God.
Oh, all right.
Yes, God, I realize I know what I got myself in tonight. Yes,
Yep.
God, I know what the punishment be. Dad, I'm coming home.
Warlord
Okay.
is a very good tabletop skirmish game. It has a good set of rules. You can learn them within 5 minutes. It has a great setup. You have this land. These different factions are fighting for it. And the producers, the writers want you to role play when you are playing a game against your buddies in a garage somewhere in America.
America.
Go ahead, Garrett.
Next is going to be Conall. What's your next like?
Okay, I'm gonna get some hate from this.
Well,
I
yeah.
liked it just because I was a fan of the show the game was based off of. I really enjoyed it. It was a D6 system. It was Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it kind of like, what the hell's wrong with you? I know. I was a fan of the show. And you had the D6 system that took freaking forever to play. It really did. But I enjoyed the y'all can go Pogue Malone. And I'll explain to you what Pogue Malone is later. Anyways, but I enjoyed it. And if you like Dragon Ball Z and you want to try to RP it and have a DM that can actually cut through a lot of the I don't want to say it's crunchiness, the cement blocks of what the fuck was I thinking that's dragging behind you to play this, it can be fun.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna fight you on that one. The only problem is the game falls apart at about Namek. You really can't go into the Android saga because then the game just explodes into no.
There's not enough D6s in the world.
No, there's not.
The Mint Mixer.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So just play it for a couple sessions, have a couple good laughs with your buddies, and move on to the next game. It was just, it's something a game I recommend.
It's a fun game. Yeah.
All right. Next is going to be Kai.
I think I lost some points with Kai.
No, not really. Not really. I played I played that game from approximately like Dragon Ball through Namek. So that power level game. So yeah, I know the game pretty well at that point. So that's a good game. Not my favorite,
the thing
but
is you had to have points with him before you could lose them.
Now, conversely, I'm going to follow on with another anime-based game that Yes, Shadzar. Yes, I was about to mention Besem, which is a very good game because, honestly, simple. 3 stats, fantastic engine, at least in its first and second edition.
System.
It's just a good game. And if you're willing to put some effort into it, you can narrow it down to damn near anything you want, and it's playable fast. There were source books that were really good. It's just a damn good game. And if you can just erase that whole, it's an anime-based game. So what? Now it's a superhero game. Now I got big giant spaceships. Now I got something cool with this. Oh, fuck it. You can do whatever the hell you want with this game engine. Why not? It's creative. I mean, hell, I threw second edition revised to some players, and they were like, actually, I bought the first edition way back in dawn of time, and people were like, wait, this is really versatile. Like, yeah, it's cool. And everyone kind of played it and went, wait, we can just do whatever the hell we want? Yeah. Go, have fun, be wild. Or pick a theme. And if everybody can agree on a theme, go with it. And it's just it's good because it frees you from this whole idea of this is my role, this is my definition, this is what I'm going to be, this is my part in the cog of the machine. No. Have fun. What do you want? What do you want? And just like Babylon 5, no one knows the answer to that one, and the answer is dangerous. Don't give me the right. Don't answer unless you know the answer to it, to what you actually want. Cause I'll give it to you, and they'll be like, "Oh, this isn't what I asked for," but it is. That's not what I wanted. You're sure? Anyway,
It is now.
It is now, and it's listen, great game, great palate cleanser. Between some more serious games, great palate cleanser.
Okay. My next one that I like, and this is probably going to upset Shauner just a little bit because he was floating around in my chat earlier. But Traveler First Edition, very first edition. I really enjoy it because for the simple fact of you can die during character creation. You're sitting there doing your rolls to see what you get and whatnot. I actually like playing, with the full rules. Because truthfully, I think you get more out of it with the full rules. As opposed to like going with rules light with Traveler, as some people like to do. The big thing for me is, I also do like that you can use the experience to unlock additional skills or up your skills. And that is another thing that I really enjoy about it. It's not necessarily leveling, it's just learning how to do things better. Or you pick up another skill. And you can also do a lot of stuff, in between when you're doing from point A to point B, how many days you're in the warp, basically putting all that together. So, yeah. And Bruce is falling asleep.
I'm not falling asleep. I'm just listening to you talk, and I'm going, I've played these games a lot over the past 26 years. I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay. The thing is that, yes, we're all friends. No, yeah, we do have a lot of games that we like in common. There's some games that some of us like that others don't. And, that's, you can look at everyone in our chats. It's going to be the exact same way. There are going to be some games that they'll absolutely love to play. There's going to be games that they absolutely hate to play. But, the thing is that, it's not necessarily about the game system itself. It's more about who you're playing with. If you're playing with your friends, fact
you're actually playing with your friends?
Yes.
Is that the main thing? Okay.
Yeah. And everything else.
I want you to have a hobby.
Yeah. Exactly. If you're, if sitting around the table rolling dice with your friends, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. If there's a game you like and you come to a consensus that you all like it, or you're going to try it, because maybe you haven't played it before. Go for it. Let's see. I think this is our round for dislike.
Yeah.
So that comes to you, Senor Bruce.
Games I dislike. I don't look at a lot of games I don't like. Like the 5th edition D&D. I'm not going to support a company that gets on Twitter or Twitch or StreamYard or anything and they tell their fan base that they want to cut the cord between them. I'm done helping you. I just feel like there's a bit of a backstab going on whenever your company is attacking the people that for years and for decades supported you and they supported your movement that you helped foster. Whenever you have a game system that's out and you're actively trying to grow your fan base, then you get on Twitter and you're no longer trying to grow your fan base, no longer trying to spread goodwill. I'm just a little miffed. So I'm going to say 5th edition, even though that's against the law that we had, but I think it is justified because I just don't like the design team behind it. And for any design team to come out as with garden flower hair colors like chrysanthemum red or blue or something like that, like please let your social media team know how to conduct themselves on the web and how to talk to each other, because insulting a potential player base is not really what you want. Do you want me to pick another one, Garrett?
No.
Okay.
Well, that goes to Conall.
Dislikes. I was not and this could be the DM, but this very well could be the DM. I play Shadowrun.
Which
I tried
edition?
it. This was back in early 2000s, so I have no idea. I really don't.
Yeah.
Third one. I thought the combat was clunky. I thought character building was clunky. The DM thought it was his godly right to not only tell the story, which I'm fine with as a DM. I understand storytelling, but to make sure your character was doing what he wanted your character to do, but not what you wanted your character to do. Oh no, we have this mission that somebody is starting to threaten to blow up the orphanage if we don't send them money. My response was,
Blow up the orphanage.
blow up the orphanage. No, we can't do that because of ... And there's a chip in your head that makes your conscience only do good things. I'm like, this is not. I don't remember this being 1985. You know,
Or
it was 84. I'm sorry, 84. I can't get behind this.
So I'm going to reply a cranial bomb.
Right. I'll take my massive bag of D6 because that was a dice system, and I'll go find something else to do. I like bouncing my head off the fucking wall at ICC because it makes more fucking sense than your game does.
Yeah.
All right. So, Kai.
I'm going to go put my own sci-fi game of Nope into this, and that is, while I love the setting, the rule engines just killed it for me. I'm going to go with Heavy Gear, which is the DreamPod 9 game. I know I've ranted in other places saying that I love lethality in my games, but boy, does this game take that to a whole new level. And I mean crazy. And just a frame of reference, it's a great game setting. There's just piles of interesting characters, plot lines, nations, interstellar empires having conflicts over it, and you get to have giant robots punching each other and shooting each other with tanks that are just huge. And it's a great feeling. Like, it's a great universe, but boy, it's a 2d6 roll engine where you're comparing high versus low and a damage modifier. And that means you could be like, you roll bad today, that guy, like, so you roll a snake eyes a day, and that guy roll a 12. Ooh, this is going to be bad. Why? Because he's using a BB, and that BB's got a ×4 modifier. So you compare all your numbers, you do all your little modifiers and your bonuses, and he's beating you by 13 ×4. Oh shit. You took 50 points of damage. Well, your mech only had 18 points of armor. Oops. Your character was, your toughness and your armor was only equaled up to 14 per level. So beep, 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 beep. You were eviscerated by a guy with a slingshot. What? He was a really good slingshotter, but he killed you. And you're dead. That was the first round of combat. I know. I only rolled but you rolled bad, and he rolled amazing. Wow. And when I had players who were literally shocked that major things were just evaporating left and right, and then they were being evaporated left and right, I'm like, part of me likes this, but part of me hates this for how it's just destroying the fun of my players. This is a little too far. I'm going to just put this game back on the shelf and pretend that I never played the role-playing game. And I'll continue to buy all the books for it because the lore is amazing.
All right. My next one is actually kind of out there. It is actually the Fallout RPG.
I think there was one.
There was one.
Your friends absolutely love that game.
And now the games are good. I enjoy playing the games. Bethesda does a very good job with them to a point. But the RPG tried to embrace everything that was within those games, and it fell short hard. It literally, you needed almost a spreadsheet to keep track of like rads and everything else and all your inventory that you were picking up. It was because you had like stupid freaking weight that you could carry. It was just not good at all. It was, I would say at most it was a good attempt. And yeah, I just once again, it could have also been the DM that was running it, but I myself just did not get behind it. So, and sometimes with some of the games that we're saying here, is it may not necessarily be the system. It could have also been our experiences within the system, either as a player or DMing them. So you just kind of keep that in mind for that. And then
we had a lot of really bad GMs in our area, didn't we?
Yeah.
Now, okay, Twilight 2000 as a base for Fallout would be an amazing game.
Yeah, now that's fine, but no, they actually came out with its own Fallout RPG, and it was just no.
My brother got for a Christmas present.
Yeah, it was just no.
I was the one who bought it because he loved the game, and he was talking that he wanted to try the RPG game out. So I'm like, Merry Christmas.
Now, this version of the rules pretty much fits very well with Traveler, so you could use the higher tech rules out of Traveler and implement and slide them into the game really nicely. And suddenly you've got power armor and railguns. Yes. But don't worry, you can probably kill the average player, the average power armor user by pulling out weapons from one of these two books and be able to arm your power armor or kill your power armor because I'm wearing power armor. A tow missile doesn't give a shit about your power armor.
We're not to the next light yet. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bruce.
Yes, sir.
What is your last like, sir?
All right.
I'm looking at the list of games I've played. Hold on. I've got the right tab open. Okay. So, well, Tim Christ is talking about it already. And a lot of people I know want to talk about Fallout, which has a special system. And that is a really good system, but it was never officially released, although it was released on the Fallout Tactics, the little skirmish game from 1999 2000. They gave you that, and it's a wonderful game system, not an official release. But if you want to watch it, if you want to play it, you can find it. You can find it everywhere on the web. But say you don't. Like, Bruce, I want to play Fallout game. Twilight 2000 will cover you. Go ahead, Kai. Hold it up. I know you've got it. Thank
Which
you.
version do you want? Do you want the
Preferably the older-
good version or the okay version? Passable,
No, when you
good,
order,
passable.
okay, hold up the box over here in your left hand. That's what you get when you order a raw RPG on Wish.
Yes.
And then show that there. That is what you get when you know the designer of a game and you want him to make his opus. That is a game. That's a game with good content, amazing engine, good skills, and it plays well.
And vehicles that don't suck.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, oh, hey, I like having everything you need to be able to kill everybody on the planet.
Well, Kai, I will say, Tim, Kai only will play with people who are subscribed to his channel. So make sure you go to his channel, you hit that subscribe button, and then that'll enter you into the realm of playing with Kai.
Oh, and also, in case you need, coast a brown water navy and air support, because having to dodge Hinds or assault boats, this is the best way to do it. And then pray for the 1A10 that still works in all of Europe.
I saw that. Sorry. Okay.
But that's the only role-playing game I have on Quick Draw next to my computer. So
Okay. What do you guys think about Twilight 2000, Garrett?
I myself, I have not played it.
How can you not play it?
I just have not. Now the thing is that now I have played something similar to it, which is actually on my next up, but I will get that when it comes around.
Okay. I was just wanting to know.
Yep.
Okay. What other questions do you have?
So next would be Conall. What's your next like, buddy?
Iron Kingdom.
Okay.
I like its twist on it. I like the steampunk aspect of it. The only complaint I do have with it is, damn, that book needed an editor. Or if it had one, that guy needed to be fired, and a better one needed to be replaced him with. But I like its variation on the classic races that old D&D had. I like the Niths were the elf race I really enjoyed. They're the only ones who could play had access to this nest that was basically Braveheart's Claymore, and it was just really, really fun. It had your old-fashioned fantasy. It had, for those who want to be a dwarven cowboy or whatever, it had that aspect to it. And the monster manual that they had for it was absolutely gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous, with their takes of different monsters. Or if you're a gunslinger, you have to watch out for the gunslinger wraith. It was a very well balanced, in a weird way, RPG that I highly recommend anybody to play.
Okay, Kai.
I'm gonna go with a game just for a change of pace. And I going back a little bit more fantasy, and I probably the only other game that I can't move without a suitcase if I bring all my books with me. That is Legend of the Five Rings, at least first, second edition. An amazing role-playing game. If you want to have a game that, if you want to have an alignment system that does actually work, which is the honor system, it has defined rules. You can't screw with them unless you're one of 2 or 3 groups, at which point the rules can be screwed with. Kind of.
Can I be one of those groups?
Depends. Depends. Can you be a conspiracy nut and a secret conspiracy nut who's actually part of the Illuminati, who's actually secretly controlling all of creation, and then be able to keep quiet while you're doing it?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No.
We have an activation phrase, and it comes up periodically, but I won't say it because this is recorded, and you don't betray with the actual phrases out in the open. The other group is super secret, the actual super secret ninjas who are being completely honorless shits because that's their job. That's the entire clan's job. So you have 2 gauges. Are you honorable? No. But are you honorable to your own job? Yes. And now you also have this thing where the more you do, you earn glory. Holy crap. But there's a certain cap where if you start to get too high, you might start pissing people off. And then there's also leveling. It's also in there. That's kind of like leveling, but it's free form. There's like thresholds that kick in. And now you have this. The combat's actually interesting. You have, I've lost count how many factions that are actually real viable factions. And then each of these factions has 3 to 5 sub-factions that all are in there. Everyone has politics. Everyone has internal dealings, goals, ambitions. You can throw the meta plot line off and just start with the main storyline and never deal with any major character except they're all in the background. And you'd still have infinite actions that you can end up doing. And it's also set in not quite Japan, China, Korea, all mixed together. And there is the Great Wall of China, but it's actually guarding against an army of demons that are going to eat everybody. Why? Because 1,000 years ago, the gods had a big tournament and somebody fucked over their brother, and now he's stuck in the afterworld, and his entire goal is to burn the rest of you down. And well, the rest of you don't want to die at the hands of angry demon god. Okay, cool. You also have, it's not quite the Philippines, but it's weird and offshore. Don't go too far offshore. The giant spider is going to eat you, living in a whirlpool. Okay, that sounds terrifying. There's a Mongol horde, but don't worry, they're kind of one of ours, kinda. You got magic ninja monks out there. Cool. You got these Goku Jedi. You have Clan Takeda, who's not on horseback today, sitting in the middle of all this. You got weird elemental samurai who are out there doing their own thing. You have diplomacy out the ass in one other part, and then you have an imperial family. Everything, and then every winter they get together and have 3-month-long party where everybody is being nice, kind of. Don't you fucking draw a weapon, but we got rules for this, and boy is there rules. Boy is there consequences for being a murder hobo. Boy, do you have to actually RP while setting your own goals and ambitions. And wow, this is an actually interesting game written by, again, John Wick, who made sure that combat is going to be lethal. You're going to die in the moment somebody goes, hey, are we going to combat? Yes. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. This isn't going to end well, is it? Nope. And so you should be trying your damned hardest to not get into combat or kill them first. Strike first, strike hard. Because otherwise you're going to die. Don't miss. Oh, and the game's entire engine is based around, well, I can hit a 15. easily. But I'm going to bet that I'm more awesome than that, and then make it more incredible. And now, guess what? You are. And there's like hundreds of varieties of information. The lore is immense. So if you want to take your weebness and go, I think I like the Sengoku Jidai, and I like Japanese mythology, I like Chinese mythology. Boy, it would be cool if I could actually role play that in an interesting manner. John Wick is sitting here laughing at you, going, I've already done it for you. Come, play my game. And don't play any of the later editions past first, second. They're all trash. They are all trash. Play first and second, where there's no idea what game balance is. Nothing works. Everything is broken. Enjoy it.
I think Bruce passed out.
I'm fine. I'm right here waiting for the dislike. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we just see the hair moving back and forth across the screen.
Normally it's the talking.
It's like, oh my God, there's a tribble. Hit it.
I'm Bruce's hair, and I'm here for the stream.
My next like.
Stream.
My next like I said, it's very similar to the Twilight 2000, and actually, it's one that I really enjoy, and I don't get to play too often. It's been a while since I played it. It's Morrow Project. You basically, the easiest way to explain it is that you are part of a project. You are in a bolt hole, and it's so easy to come up with a setting because all you got to do is pull up Google Maps. That is your setting. And literally, because there are, you can have forays to Air Force bases, to, wherever you want to go. You got armories, stuff like that. You have a small amount of supplies that you have with you that have been, stocked with you. You're basically frozen for 100, 150 years. The apocalypse is come and gone. And now, you're the savior to bring everything back right.
So in short, Fallout, but done right.
Don't spill the honey.
Oh Lord. But it literally, and truthfully, for anyone that you don't have to go far to come up with a story. For the actual setting of where it is, you just read through. These are the types of enemies that you're going to have, and place them. Like the area I'm from, we have a huge river that you have to cross. And the nice thing is most of the bridges after 100 years of not being kept up are falling apart. So it's trying to get across that river to get to either the east or west side, moving through all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's actually really, really enjoyable game. And now, Bruce, it's time to come out from underneath the table.
I don't want to. I'm at eye level with all my miniatures. All 1,000.
Well, put New Year's Sophie away and come up here and talk with the rest of us.
Somebody spilled some honey on my shirt.
I'm gonna order
Wonder who
that
did
miniature
that.
so badly.
I have it. I just have to find the look on her face. When she came in, she's like,
she was a concerned citizen.
Oh, she turned on your stream, huh?
Well, wellness check.
So your eye level with your figs. I got big red that's actually above me right now. And post, like, you can't see it, but it's like up here staring down at me. It's like, you will say the right things. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So
what is your...
My last
Yes.
dislike I talked about a big corporation that uses social media to bully people into stepping in line with them. And I kind of pointed it at a certain corporation, but I really just want to broaden that out to all corporations or all companies that don't want the money. They want the message. So anyway, that would be number 4. My bad. My dislike game that I would say would probably be Star Trek from FASA in like 1979. If you've ever watched an enjoyable episode of Star Trek, and I'm gonna get hate mail for this because I like everything Star Trek except for like TNG second season and before TNG second season. First season's horrible. Uh, the first season has some good stuff in it. It really does. But I wasn't a big fan of it. And then I'm a big fan of DS9. But there's none of that because this is from 1979, right before the motion picture came out. And I don't know if you understand this, but they made a game that is so unfun. You feel like you're role playing through the teenage Vulcan syndrome. Because there's not a single bit of fun that you're allowed to have. They've sucked it all out. They've brought over the Super Chupa 3000 and they've turned it on and they're sucking away all of the fun that this game could have. And instead of you discovering new life and new civilizations, you're trying to understand why you're making these rolls because the die challenges don't make sense. The character creation doesn't make sense. The way that they interpret how you create your alter ego, it does not compute. It does not make sense. Spock is there. Leonard Nimoy is next to you at the game table. This is not logical, Captain. And it is one of the worst RPGs I've ever played in my life. And I hate the game so much. Every time I've been coerced to play it, because I won't ever volunteer and be like, oh, this is a great idea, because it's not. I suicide my character. I have my character crack, and he starts using his phaser to blast other people, and then I die, and I can be excused from the table because it is that miserable of a game where I want to stop. I want to stop smelling daisies. I don't want to pet puppies anymore. I just want to blast these people in identical uniforms that look like me with the same 10-inch part in my hair. And I'm done. I'm done. Fuck you. Fuck your goddamn Federation. Fuck you. And that's me throughout the entire game of Star Trek, the role-playing game, 1979 FASA. Fuck you!
Can I caveat that off that for just one little bit?
Are we caveating after what the hairpiece said or what Bruce was saying through the hairpiece?
Doesn't matter. I'm just
Okay.
caveating off that. I can say that there's only one Star Trek game that comes close to being as miserable, and that is the Starfleet Battles role-playing game, Prime Directive, which was about as terrible.
Oh.
I'm playing one of those right now, but we're not doing the campaign. We're just doing the show.
You are probably playing the Modifius game. You are not playing.
No, he's playing an actual. You move your little chits around the hex map.
Yeah, what is it, Armadillo Press or whatever? He's playing the newer battles with the SSD cards and all that.
Okay, yeah. So I love Starfleet Battles. I will not play the role-playing game Prime Directive. So
I gotcha. Yeah.
Now I like SFB. I like Starfleet Commander. I like Federation and Empire. I'm not going to play Prime Directive. So,
like, no, the one I play, it's all the races from the first gen, and some of the races you would only find on the first gen cartoon, like the lion.
Gazenti.
Yeah.
Gazenti.
Yeah.
Larry Niven, thank God that you came along and gave us a fucking cat person race so we could all have our wives play with us at the table.
Yes.
There's a race that shoots out webs out of their spaceship if you're caught between two asteroids. Yeah, I'm not a Star Trek person. Oh,
No, I've just played the. I've played the game. I know.
And you got hydrants for fighter lovers, and then you got ISC for people who just don't like fun.
Oh, then you got a piece of paper.
Gorn.
You got to count how many square boxes are in the warp.
Yep.
Yeah, then you have to,
And then you get the Romulan player who then decides to go, I take my piece off the board, now guess where I am.
Oh,
fuck
plasma based racers. Them in the Federation, cheating bastards.
The Romulans are the best race.
They really are. They really are, and that hurts me because I always play a Ridgeback. I mean a Klingon.
Yeah, Klingons are the best. Also, every race is the best except for Lyrans. They suck.
Klingon Jedi is the way to play.
That's right.
Albino Klingon Jedi with a humpback, one eye.
He took the character flaw flatulent too.
All right. Before we beat this horse to death into glue, let's go on. Conall, what do you got?
Dislikes. Oh God, I'm catching flack. All right, Lord of the Rings. No Earth.
Middle of roleplay?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Wow.
I don't. I'm glad that I don't have to sit through 3 hours of us singing fucking Sam about the wonders of the fucking elephantos. I'm glad that's not in there. But I don't like the concept of the mechanics of the game. I don't like the rigidness of the game. We are trying to get from point A to point B, always fucking broke. Because if we steal something, if we kill somebody, we can't take the loot off their body because that is a mark into the dark zone. No, we have to be all hungry, poor halflings that can't make any really money because it all goes to the greater fucking good. You know what the greater fucking good do? Go fuck itself.
The greater good.
Well, what about how after every fucking combat, everybody starts rolling for foraging? I need to forage. I'm foraging too. God damn it. We were supposed to be heroes. We're gardeners.
I do play that one class where I get to be a werebear, but I never get a chance to be a werebear because DM kind of fucked me on that one. Yeah, no, I didn't like the game at all. And it wasn't the DM really. It really wasn't the DM. It was just how rigid the system is. What you can and cannot do was such a fucking drag. I'd rather jump off of the bridge with something attached to my dick and see what happens.
No, that tells me it was. That tells me it was more the DM because he could have tweaked it a little bit. Yeah,
completely the DM.
I'm also friends with the DM, so I'm probably taking a biased look at it.
Yeah, I just these are some gems in the hate category, by the way. I'm loving this.
All right.
Again, I don't watch my streams that often.
Hi.
I'm just, for how much I sang the praises of Exalted a little bit ago, I'm going to now just draw this back to the entire World of Darkness. All of it.
Okay, wait. Old or new?
Old. I love all of it, but I hate it at the same time. It is the game that I want to say, play something else. Like, it's much like the D&D players play another game. When I look at storyteller players, play another game, or at least play something that's not furries, edgelords, who want to be goths, or whatever else. Now, caveat off that, Mage the Ascension players get off the hook here for all three of them in the entire universe. They're their own little place. And for the Changeling players, I don't know what you were doing wrong, but keep being your own fun over there in the corner. But to the two big problems in the room, the furballs and the fangs, who just ruin it for everything. And because they have to play, They have to LARP this shit. I don't know why. And your storylines that are just keep getting progressively weirder and weirder. And then the clans, I mean, that get introduced, like start getting into the look. I don't mind kinks and other weird shit, but oh fuck, man. There's some things we keep, in the bedroom. Don't wheel that shit out in the public.
So yeah.
And
Yep.
so
Yeah. Yep.
So I love and hate it at the same time. If it's Mage the Ascension, you're cool. Changeling, you're cool. Everybody else, no.
Fuck you,
And-
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck
Okay,
you. Fuck you.
I will caveat that.
Okay.
I will say Vampire Dark Ages.
Okay. Vampire Dark Ages is a whole different thing. Sorcerer's Crusade and the Victorian era books were pretty solid, good. But unfortunately, you're always under this dark cloud that's just sitting here over the horizon. It's just like, what is this? That's Vampire the Masquerade. And over there, this other cloud that's just rolling in. And what's that? That's Werewolf the Apocalypse. And no matter what you do, Werewolf is just garbage. And no matter what you do, there's this cloud of furry, weird perversion that's coming at you, and edgelords coming from the other direction. And whenever you go, hey guys, want to play a storyteller game? Oh, I got this whole edgelord story. Oh my fuck. And I got my story about my fucking, if it involves anything fur cover, stop talking. I don't want to hear it. And it's just like, but I got this thing where it's like, no. Your story will either be you being a drooling weird maniac, a horrible, Native American stereotype that you just because, fuck it, you want to be part of that, or kink master. Please don't do one of these three. Please don't.
So there was one time where me and my girlfriend decided that we would just like play furries together, but we didn't have a lot of money. So what we did is we took the microfiber off the couch cushions and wrapped our bodies in that, and then we just like squirted lotion on each other all night, and it was we called it Werewolf the Apocalypse. And we had this wonderful time.
And the thing is that I have enjoyed werewolf and vampire in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that when you go out into the greater community, oh fuck, what did I do? And then you're like, hey, could we just play some Dark Ages or Sorcerer's Crusade for Mage the Ascension players? Or can we play some Victorian Vampire? No,
I'm gonna.
No, you can't.
I hated the retro or the historical World of Darkness bullshit they pulled out on us. The Dark Ages Vampire. I hated it because
Dark Ages I liked.
Well, no, I hated it because every fucking point in history that you would be playing where something might have actually happened logically due to politics. The goddamn, it was werewolves, it was mages, it was the fucking vampires. And they claimed like if a discotheque explodes in Israel somewhere, there's like 17 terror groups are like, we did it, no, we did it, no, we did it, no, we did it, Allah, and we did that. Well, it's the same fucking thing for everything White Wolf for their historical fucking World of Darkness bullshit. No, well, over here where like 17 people died, that was because of a Tremere or a Giovanni agent. And then whenever something important happened over here during the Crusades, it was really just the mages that were causing all of the what was that magic bullshit that you cast a spell, you suffer karma.
Paradox or something like that.
There we go, paradox. It was just a paradox backlash, and that caused this. It's just every fucking thing.
Oh yeah,
you can't even go through the history of the world according to One World by Night or vampire bullshit and be like, no, it was actually some piece of shit humans that did these little events here. But there's plenty of bad events elsewhere you could focus on and say, nope, we're responsible for here. No. Everything is to blame on the goddamn paranormal bullshit from fucking
And
I'm a little. I when I read through that, I was kind of feeling sorry for him. Yeah, I'll play second edition Vampire. Oh yeah, I'll get into Mage the Ascension. No, after I read through that, I just was like, I'm good. I don't need
You a werebuffalo?
God
What?
damn it. I don't want to say no because I know the rules. Fuck off. There's your answer.
I don't know the rules. I just want to be a werebuffalo.
The fact that I'm telling you to fuck off means there are rules for this.
And,
So
and
fuck
Tim
off.
has a comment here. The best game
Oh,
to do role
where
playing is
Hummingbird?
do your hometown campaign. Our
Yes.
group had made a card made for us in Werewolf card game called A Floor Full of Crazies. That's
See,
fun.
Like
Okay.
I do love it's a love-hate relationship because there are parts of me that looks at these and goes, has the Bruce moment of going, could you at least give humans something? Like the only thing that humans got is World War II. A bunch of fucking humans decided to go because nobody wants to claim that shit. Oh no. No. That's the only thing. Like the vampires, that's not us. Werewolves, that wasn't us at all. The mages, that wasn't us either. The undead, no, that wasn't us. The changelings, huh? Shit's going wrong. Oh fuck! And then what happened? Humans did. We were behind everything else in the entire world. We manipulated all the governments and the economies. We had nothing to do with the time period between 1933 and 1945.
Yeah.
We fought each other during that period, but we were not at all involved in anything.
Yeah, we were on vacation.
Yeah, all of us were on vacation. All of us. All. And that is legitimately World of Darkness. It's because you don't want to have any of the factions being playable factions being possibly be related to people of questionable political and military affiliation.
See, I've played the tabletop variation of this, like I said earlier, and what I really wish there was a show that came out while after I played Grimm. Like it or hate it, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Hunter did suck.
And I think Grimm would have been a really fun way to play those games. The Werewolf, the Masquerade, Werewolf Apocalypse, where Adolf Hitler was a werewolf. I'm like, okay, whatever, I can deal with this. And then the Jews were piglets. Okay, I don't get it, but we can run with this, whatever.
You obviously never saw the movie FDR American Badass, did you?
No,
I watched it. I did watch that
You
one.
did
by
watch
the way.
it. Now that
Yes.
movie there actually predates the Sarah Johnson syndrome, where you have a superhero as a polio victim and he's going around in a wheelchair killing Nazis.
Yes. But
the
yes.
now one show that actually works well with the World of Darkness, just the base world, the old World of Darkness, not the new one, is actually Sanctuary.
Really? I was expecting you to say Supernatural.
Nope, Sanctuary. Because if you think about it, because you're out there getting the oddities and bringing them in, and you can play into some of with the books of the other books and whatnot in there in order to bring it in. Because my wife actually ran that and ran it that way.
Now, I sat down at when I was still living with Mike and them. She ran a Firefly campaign. It was fun. I wanted to strangle one of the other roommates during the whole process of that game being ran, but her DMing was great.
Now, conversely, Supernatural is what every Hunter player wishes their Hunter game was.
Listen,
but never will be because Hunter is trash.
Two good things that came out of Supernatural. One, the car.
Yes.
And the phrase "idjit." I've never heard that word before I saw that show. Oh no, there was an episode where the teddy bear blew his fucking brains up. That was great. But "idjit" was actually the second best thing ever came out of that show.
Okay. I think we've beat this one to death.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on. Let's
We
move on.
really have
We
it.
have
Yes.
one.
We're still trying to talk over each other.
No. Moving on.
Mine
They know that,
actually,
wink, wink.
mine is Innomine from Steve Jackson
Ooh.
Games.
Oh,
Padre-
God, yes.
Yeah,
This is such trash.
because it was bad enough with the base game. Then they started adding in additional things like Asmodeus, Lilith. You know, you were already on the roller coaster. The arms were up in the air. You were clicking up, and then all of a sudden it was like you felt it, there wasn't a downhill. It was, I'm going to use the Prices Right here with a little yodeler going up the little side of the mountain, and they just falling off, because that's exactly what it is. Because it literally, it just
Oh, yeah.
there was, I've only seen one DM that could actually pull the crap out with this and
Garrett,
actually run it decently.
Garrett, is there a vaudeville-esque strip joint in Peoria where they have a midget MC named Mike?
Elliot's. I mean, I don't know why I know that, but it's Elliot.
That I don't know.
Okay, so
I'm
y'all need to go
single.
you need to go kidnap a midget out of Elliot's and have him run and nominate for you, because he used to live in Decatur and he used to run and nominate, and he ran it pretty well. He also used to run a really good World of Darkness that didn't have any of the historical bullshit. But yeah, over there, Cigar DM is like trying to trace the steps. How do I know this guy? How do I know that this is a vaudeville-esque strip or burlesque show in Peoria? How do I know this? What did I do? What was I drinking?
Well,
And he'll-
what threw me off is you said burlesque, because I actually know a handful of actual burlesque performers.
Well, yeah,
So
we
I'm
all
sitting here
do.
going, wait a second.
Which one
And
is
it's
it?
like, it was a whole, I got nothing.
It's
Yeah,
off
they
of,
all look like over 40 fucking OnlyFans right now, and I'm trying to broom that off.
So-
Anyway,
Okay. So we are at the 2-hour mark, and we still have,
This might be it. Whatever.
yeah. Actually, Anomane is where we're going to finish it. Anomane, and we're going to call it there.
Because angels and demons are bullshit.
Pretty
you
much.
don't want to play Angels and Demons? Come on now, guys. Let's get back in the satanic panic.
Come on.
No. If I want to watch something that on that, I'll just turn on Lucifer. It's more
I don't
entertaining.
know what's more horrible.
Oh God.
I prefer the comic book.
Can I jack off with sandpaper instead?
You can. I wouldn't recommend it.
Only if you do it on OnlyFans. You can make some money that way.
I mean, you've done less and more.
Look, he's thinking about it.
I'm making my eyebrows go twisted and have the hairs going all out like Peter DeVries or whatever the guy's name is from Dune.
Oh God, yes.
All right, so we're gonna go reverse order. Kai, do you got anything coming up?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm probably be recording it Sunday, so that way I can host it later in the week. Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Your editor will definitely thank you for it when you send it to him.
Yes, thank you. I need my HAL 9000.
So, Conall, when you launching your channel, buddy?
Here soon. I
This
got some
weekend.
more stuff
I'm
going on
here.
that I need to take care of.
I'm hearing this weekend is when it'll be up, right? Because we're gonna sit down and do that this weekend, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're going to.
Kai's like, I'm in already. Bring your ass. All right, Bruce. I will say last night, Bruce was. I did see Bruce on, and I'm going to screw the name up, but another Baron show.
Baron Ormond Tog.
Yes, and actually, he did actually a really good job. And actually, I wouldn't mind having him on here sometime when we have a pretty good thing to discuss. I think he would actually, his point of views do kind of line up with a lot of ours, but he does have a few other views that.
I mean, he's our age, and he came up, a little bit before I did, in the adolescence period. But he has a very similar mindset, and when it comes to gaming, the man is not a collector, because I can be a collector, but my books are not nearly as good of shape as his. Like, I've met comic book owners and comic book collectors that could take notes from this guy, because he has 30-year-old textbooks
Yeah.
for RPGs that don't have any dings. He showed them off during the
Yeah.
stream.
He pulled up the Star Wars D6, and it
From
looked
87.
mint, and
Yeah.
it was mint.
Yes.
It was like,
So,
oof.
Books
yeah,
are supposed
I
to be
couldn't believe that.
used.
So yes, definitely make sure you do go and give Kai a sub. Definitely.
Yeah. We want Kai to get subscriptions. We want Kai
Yes.
to win this. We really do.
Yes.
I want to put Baron Norman Togg's channel in the chat.
Okay.
And this guy is a real good acquaintance of mine, and he streams on Sundays with some other friends of his on the Crime Time Kings.
And you're friends with them too, Bruce.
Chadzar's out there putting our links in chat. Really appreciate that. Chadzar's been very constructive in the chats. I've seen him, and I mean, there's people that detract from him, but I really appreciate what he does in my streams.
Yes,
he's really
very good mod. He does well at the mod.
Yes.
Is there anything you got? And is there anything you got coming up this weekend?
This weekend, I am actually going to be releasing a couple of videos I'll be doing by my lonesome, and then just porting out to YouTube.
What? You're cutting us out?
I know. I'm not trying to. It's just
fuck you.
It's a way for me to get some ideas out, because I have a few times where I've done a live stream and I've wanted to talk about certain subjects, and people pile in and they look at the subject like, get that away. We're going to talk about this instead. So I want to talk about some things like who's the unfappable Frost chick. I want to talk about that and her rant on G4, and this is how you alienate your fans. This is how you get rid of a long established fan base, because G4 was out in 2004, 2002 to 2012. And it had a good chunk of people that were following it, and now they're back. But it's kind of like they took it to a pet cemetery to resurrect it, and now it's acting up. And we have the people on YouTube, the normies, are like, this doesn't really seem right. And the rest of us in Normieville are like, you put G4 in a pet cemetery, and now it's walking around going, fuck your sexism. And it's funny, because I don't know if anybody else laughs every time she opens her mouth, but I sure as hell do. So I'm going to talk about that for a little bit.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kai.
No, that sounds about right.
And is there anything else you got a couple of videos dropping? Anything else?
I'm going to be putting back I'm going to be going back to the well for reading through the book Elijah's Story, because I started and I got halfway through it, and I realized, like, when you self-edit, your book sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. I hate to tell you, for you authors out there, I'm going to give you some advice. You can have a great idea that should sell. Just throw that money just all over your bed. And when you self-edit, just think of that money, but it was all imaginary, and your bills still aren't paid. So I made enough money to pay my fuel bill for like 4 years for my own personal vehicle, and that was it. But I'm going to tell you that if I would have an editor, I actually might be somewhere else in the pecking order of like independent creators. So don't do that. Don't self-edit. Give your heartbreaker story to a friend of yours that loves to bust your chops when you're wrong, and they want to see you get better, because those are the people that you should really be calling friends. Those are the ones you want to buy beer for. That's
Yeah.
how you win at life. You let people do honest critiques. So, yeah, Calvin, I was like, my money's imaginary already. Yeah, I know.
Aw.
Bruce, I think I owe you a beer somewhere down the line. We'll just have to make that happen.
Yeah, we will. That's
Go
what
to
I have
Texas.
planned.
All right.
Working
I do have a couple of videos coming out. One on my RP channel and one on my gaming channel. Part 4 of my All the Mods 7 playthrough will be coming through tomorrow, along with a very let's just put it this way: you're going to see me a little bit more spirited, and it is going to be a rant worthy of Kai video when it comes out. I'm not going to go too much into detail. Definitely do make sure you do check it out, because yeah, I completely do rip a Kickstarter that is currently going on apart.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that's going to be the long and the short of where I'm going with that one. So yeah, I think that's about it. Does anybody else have anything?
You don't want me to edit your novel. Please don't make me edit your novel.
But Blaine, I love seeing red marks all over the paper. If I would have actually waited and let Garrett's wife edit my first novel, she was willing to do it, and she was like a halfway through it when I put it out in publication.
I do have a red pen. So yeah.
And he'll wait for you to pass out and draw penises on your face.
No. We're I guess the big takeaway is we're waiting for Limitless Heroics video review to come out now. Do you have it ready to go, Garrett?
Oh, it's been loaded since Sunday. It's coming out tomorrow.
I like that. We're gonna be back here next Thursday night.
Yes.
I think there's some fun video with you.
Yes, definitely. I will have to look and see, because I am going to be starting a new job, so I may be rolling in late. So
my job, I get off work on average about 6 o'clock. Okay, so I leave the yard at 6:05. I'm in my own apartment by 6:30. Right now, with current traffic patterns, over the course of 11 miles. Now, I have to shower, shit, and shave, and get some food in me, and then I can see you guys and turn on things live. So we might be starting at 7:45. Sorry about that, chat. We love you. We really do.
Life.
Well, I'm supposed to get off at 6:30, and it's a 45-minute drive, and yeah.
Okay.
For the next 12 weeks. Because where I'm training at.
Okay. We just had a guy pop in our chat named Soy-Based Jeremy. And if you guys ever see a character in my Discord named Felix that does amazing pencil art, that's Soy-Based Jeremy. And if you want him, you'll talk to him. Uh-oh.
He lost his hair in Vietnam.
Almost a true story. When I left Vietnam, we were winning. Anyway,
Oh,
we're going to be back like herpes next Thursday, and we hope to see all of you. And there's a topic we're going to discuss, and we'll figure it out. But really appreciate everybody in the chat showing up tonight. Shadzar, thank you for being an awesome modder. Calvinani, Sultry Sherry, or the lovely Sherry, Soy-Based Jeremy, Tim Christ, everybody that showed up in chat.
yeah.
Literally, you
Force,
guys have made
Force,
it.
yeah. Force, NZTNT, let's see, Hungry Ewok, Myers, let's see, Shotter, everybody who showed up in mine also, thank you very much. And I think we're going to call this one a wrap, boys.
I think you did really well. Thank you so much for showing up, everybody.
Mhm.
Cigar DM, Kai, Baron, G-Rock, thank you for being part of my panel tonight. I really do owe it to you guys to be here. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself with no chat. Thank you.
All right.
Chat. Thank you again for showing up for our stream tonight.
Agreed. And we'll catch you next week, everybody.